friends, welcome back. So today's video is for the Mad About Mini Pads YouTube hop. There are links in the description for others playing along. It's been a couple of months since I've been organising enough to actually do this, and there have been months where I've done the layout and not in time to add to the playlist. So I thought, let's get organised and actually get my video for this done in time. I'm going to be using Vicky Boots in Print Shop because it's still on the desk from doing this layout. So before we get going, if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the like, and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. Not sure what to say, just pop a scrappy emoji, just for the sake of engagement. Okay, that out of the way.
Okay, so I am actually doing a scrap lift of this pin from my Pinterest. It's by Kim Watson. It's from February 2015. With today being also July, so it's off the board. I thought I'd use that as my inspiration for today's layout. Now I have got my We Are Memory Keepers not tag, I was going to say tag then, frame punch board here, and I am creating a frame to go around this 4x4 photo of myself, my niece, her little boy, and her sister's little boy. So little O and baby I, and I've measured the photo. So the photo's 4x4, so I want the frame to go around that, and I'm using the 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch measurements on the board to create the frame for me. I showed the measurements that I've cut the paper to on, which I've scribbled on the back of my inspiration piece at the beginning there, and I've actually then recut a piece of pattern paper 1/4 inch smaller than those original measurements, so that the frame fits onto the photo rather than the photo slotting into the frame. I just felt it worked a bit better. One of the reasons I loved this layout was the pattern paper pieces that are just lots of different random bits of pattern paper around the page, making up a collage background. So I took the 6x8 pattern paper pad. I mean, this is a great layout to lift if you've got lots of scrap pieces. I just don't know in my box which are scrap from my mini paper pad, it's my 6x8 paper pad, or from 12x12. So I've just gone through the paper pad and pulled out 6x8 papers that I really liked. Just thinking about colour and where around the page those colours are be spaced. So I've cut them all mostly 2 inches wide. There are a few that are different, but they're just random lengths. Some of them are the full 6-inch length of the piece, and some of them I've cut down or halved. And I'm just placing them around the page. Once I've placed them around the page, I then get to gluing, and I've just used my ATG along the top, or near the top of each strip, and you'll see me using my T-square ruler in a minute to fix them down. When I am sticking them down, I am placing them so that the pieces that are sticking out the furthest, top, bottom, and sides, don't stick out more than 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch kind of give me a uniform 1/2 inch border around the outside, kind of gives that illusion of that by those pieces not coming out more than 1/2 inch. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I start sticking them down. I'm just using my wet glue pen there to go around the inside of the frame that I've cut to then stick it to the photo, and I use foam pads on the back of that. That's the main reason really for cutting another frame that was slightly smaller than the original one, so 1/4 inch smaller. It was so it can stick to the photo and I can move the whole piece as one then. And I really like that effect a lot better anyway. So here I am with the T-square ruler. I am using the mat to line the ruler up to 1/2 inch. So there's a little bit that sticks out on the side of the ruler, which is in line with where the edge of the ruler is, and I'm using that to make sure I'm not going any higher than 1/2 inch or lower than 1/2 inch from the edge of the paper there with that first piece I am sticking. I'm not worried about how far in it's come because I do want that a piece to be a piece that comes in a little bit further. I'm then going to use this yellow piece. It's not going to go any further out than half an inch from the edge. So that's my border for the half inch from the edge set. So nothing on that left side is going to stick out further than that yellow piece there. She says, oh no, it's not the yellow piece. Sorry, it's this black and white piece that I do no further than half an inch. So I'm just going from half an inch from the top with the blue, and I think I do actually corner that half an inch top and to the left. So there's my half an inch border there, and the brown coming on the other side. No, not the brown, the green. So the second one up on the right, that's my no higher than no further out than half an inch from the right there. So I've got my two bits, and then I've gone to my sewing machine and I've stitched across. Now that straight stitch that goes right across the middle, my sewing machine had a bit of a wobbly, and I didn't realise till I got the end that it wasn't actually sewing. And after a little bit of maintenance to my sewing machine later, I got it to sew again. So I do have a row of holes mirroring the line of stitching because I couldn't quite get it back in the exact same place. So I'm just showing here all the threads from the front I pull through to the back, and then I use washi tape to secure them down and then trim to the washi tape. I've used washi tape for doing that I probably won't use on the front of a layout. I then decide with the other washi tape out my box. These are from a Vicky collection. I'm not quite sure which one. But with washi tape out the box, I decide I'm going to cover them holes up. So I'll cover that whole row of stitching down the middle up, and the second row of holes that had happened by mistake. I then decide I need a little bit more of the washi as well to balance that out. So I'll put a little bit on the lower right and on the higher left, as you can see there. So keep bringing the photos back in as I do each thing to make sure I'm happy with where everything is. And now I'm committing and getting them stuck down. Using a little bit of wet glue there for that washi because it is quite old, so it doesn't really want to stick. And I'm not happy there with the end of the purple because there's a blank space next to the right of little O, and I do cover that up with something a little bit later on. So we start the embellishing, go into so that wallet's got the smaller pieces of papery as well as the die cut ephemera pieces. And I've just pulled out this today piece. This is from our last music and movement class before the summer, where the boys had a graduation, and we had lots of fun. But that selfie with her, we're just, it is diving towards the camera, laughing, and I just adore it. It's just, I think, the best selfie I've had of the four of us at these classes so far. I just love it. I wanted a piece there, so the frame I've purposely cut kind of like an Instax Polaroid frame, and I've just popped a sentiment on that there, and then I'm going through the chipboard ephemera, now chipboard pieces, to add some of the bits around the page. So I've got a couple of flowers there, and you know me, I like scattered words around a page, so I am just pulling those off and scattering them around. And I'm thinking first of all putting these dots from the puffy stickers before and decide not to, and I use these ones off the chipboard. Going back into this now for something, into the ephemera now for something to cover that space up. Decide not to use, I was going to cut a bit of that pocket and end up not using it, but I do need a third flower for my 3 points. So I pop that up there under the under that little word that fun, I think it says that word. And I have got a label papery piece there that I've put in that space that I'm not happy with, to the right of O. That's for the boys, that sentiment. I've just put that with that cluster of photos, and I moved the chipboard piece that I had above O's picture to the right, and I'm really happy with that placement now. I'm going to stick everything down because, chipboard and puffy stickers need some glue, and then we are done. Got some close-ups coming up, and as requested by one of my ladies who's commented, there's a still picture there of the layout as a whole. Thanks so much for watching, and check out the links in the description for Mad About Mini Pads, mini paper pads, and off the board with pineapple papers. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.